Hey guys, I just wanted to do one more sort of bonus Easter devotional today and talk about the ascension of Jesus. This is when Jesus actually left the earth. Traditionally, this is celebrated, like 40 days later in the year, so I know that I'm early on it, but since we're already in the Easter mood and since this is what comes immediately after the resurrection of Jesus, it seemed like a good time to talk about it. I know that it sort of strikes us as odd. Like, why did Jesus leave? Like, it would have made a lot more sense for him to just hang around. If Jesus was still here today, then everybody would believe in him, or at least that's sort of how the reasoning goes. And so I want to take a minute to talk about that. So I want to read a passage for you right quick. This is Acts 1, verse 9. This is after the resurrection of Jesus. This is sort of the last thing he does. It says, after he had said this, he was taken up as they were watching, that is, his disciples, and a cloud took him out of their sight. And so that's how Jesus leaves. Like, he floats up in the air and he rides a cloud out of sight, into the heavens somewhere. Strikes us as odd, but it's actually really, really important. If you go back and you look at like the book of Daniel, for example, the book of Daniel talks about how there's this throne next to God that is empty. And Daniel has a vision that the Son of Man fills that throne. Son of Man is really just a fancy way of saying a human, a person. Because God created people to rule alongside of him. He made us in his image. We're supposed to be partners with God. But because we're sinners, we constantly fail to do that. But Daniel has this vision of some guy, some man that's going to fulfill that role. Well, that is Jesus. And I think this is a point that we often lose. Like, when Jesus ascended, he didn't lose his human form. Jesus is still fully God and fully man, even right now as we speak. He is fulfilling. He's doing everything that we couldn't do for ourselves. Everything that Adam failed to do, Jesus has done. He is ruling and reigning alongside of God. And that's actually good news for us. Jesus said that it is better for us if he leaves. He said that in the Gospel of John. It's better for us if he leaves because he is ruling the world. He's ruling creation right now alongside the Father. And that means that our advocate is right there with God. In a sense, you and I as believers are friends of the King of the universe. And so you and I can trust God. We can trust the God who rules all of this thing because of Jesus. In Hebrews, it says that we can approach the throne of God boldly. I know that I think of the song Before the Throne. That's a great song to listen to kind of go along with this lesson. We can approach God's throne boldly because Jesus ascended and he's done everything that we couldn't do for ourselves. And that is incredibly, incredibly good news. So be a friend of the King. Live in boldness. Live in the authority that gives you because you are, as a believer, a friend of the God who rules the creation. If you want to dive a little bit deeper into this, something that helped me think this through was the Bible Project Son of Man video. It's a really great video. Go on YouTube, look up Son of Man Bible Project. You'll find it. Great video. Hope that encourages you today.